G'day lads, welcome back to our third video. We're the Lawnlads. Today we're going to give you an introduction to our lawns. So we're at James's house at the moment. He's got 3 different sections with 3 different lawn types. And then after this section, after all this, we'll give James's front yard a little bit of a mow and we'll show you that. And then we'll go off to my house and I'll show you my lawn at the front as well.
Hi guys, so yeah, this is my ryegrass out back. As you can probably see, I don't really take too much care of this back part. It's just more some coverage. Obviously somewhere for the dog to play on. At the moment it's chicken wide because I only seeded it probably 3 months ago. So there's still a couple of bare patches and stuff like that, as you can probably see. But it's green mostly. It's not doing too bad. A couple of dead spots over there from the heat we've had. But I will probably focus on this area more in winter, and I'll make sure it's looking really good in winter. So when it comes to the next summer, hopefully it's nice and thick and lush, and I can just maintain it from there. It is very hard to keep a cool season turf alive in summer, let alone when it's only newly established. I only seeded it in spring, so yeah, that's obviously the plan for this back part. The seed blend I went with here is obviously a perennial ryegrass. I did purchase it from Advanced Seed, which is down in Victoria, in Camberfield. It's a really good quality perennial ryegrass seed. It's drought tolerant. You can take a fair bit of heat. It's obviously not going to survive in summer without watering it, but it will take a fair bit of heat. And it's got a nice green colour overall. Like I said, I don't really maintain this at all. I don't do anything to it. I just ferret it every 3 months, and that's pretty much it. And I mow it not very regularly. It's a bit of a blind part of the block, so you don't really see it too much. But like I said, in winter when I haven't got the other grasses growing, I will maintain this more, and I'll put my effort into this when it's going to be peaking. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
What ferret do you use?
I just go for a 2-spec Elevate. It's obvious because I'm not cutting this short. It's cut at probably 20 mil, 25 mil with a rotary mower. It doesn't really need a mini pill in that, so yeah, I just use that pretty much. Like I said, once every 3 months.
I reckon every lawn YouTuber has a section in their garden that's just weeds, so this is James's.
Alright guys, on to the Tiftuf. A bit more exciting than the back of the shed. We're working our way out from probably the worst lawn to the middle lawn, probably the best lawn. The backyard is not looking as good as I'd like it to look at the moment. Everyone knows that obviously Cooch, Tiftuf, he's got a habit of seeding. It gets that seed head popping up, so I do have a bit of it through the lawn at the moment. I actually just trialled putting down some PGR about 4 or 5 days ago. It seemed to reduce the seed head amount, which is good. So I hope I can get this looking good. At the moment, I'm not exactly sure on the height of cut, but it's under 10 mil. I think it's more around at the 8 mil mark at the moment. It doesn't look too bad. It does need another level top dress to get that lawn nice and level. And I think I might actually increase the height of cut at the moment because I'm not too happy with it being so short. I'd rather get that nice deep green colour like you see across the edge there. So onto the edge. The reason that area looks so crappy and bumpy, we actually recently put an Aggie drain through that section about 2 months ago. We cut all that turf out, we put a drain in sort of 500 mil down all the way across, and runs that pit down the end there, and then we've put it back down. In the process we've damaged the lawn a bit. Doesn't look the greatest, but it will come back with time, and we keep getting the warmer temperatures. Fingers crossed that we'll start to look better. But yeah, overall, look at that little scalp spot there. Dropped the rotary down accidentally to the lowest notch. But yeah, overall, look, it looks okay. It's got decent colour. But yeah, I've got big plans for this. Obviously next year I want to really get this looking good. I only laid this in September this year, so it hasn't been out for very long. It has had a reno, a very minor reno on it. And then next year I will take it down to dirt and get it looking schmick. this is my Kikuyu lawn, supplied by Coolabah Turf and Echuca. I laid this lawn in early November, so it's only been down for...
We laid this lawn.
Sorry,
yeah.
We laid this lawn in November, so it's only been down for just over 2 months. Actually no, on 2 months, because it was the first week of November. So been out for 2 months now. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with it. It is a bit long at the moment. I've actually got a little bit of disease in the lawn. I've got a little bit of a leaf spot coming up, so I've let the lawn grow a little bit longer to grow that disease out and then cut it off. So I've treated it with some fungicide, Heritage Max, which is a great fungicide. It's costly, but it's a really good quality preventative fungicide, and also it's good when you need to get rid of some turf disease. So I've done that now, and it's coming back again. It's looking good again. So it's got fantastic colour. I'm really happy with it. It's my favourite lawn at the moment that I've got. It does help when you haven't got dogs and you haven't got other stuff as well, but this is just pretty much my lawn and no one walks on it, so it does have an easier life. It looks fantastic at the moment, so I'm really happy with it, and yeah, really excited for what we have in store in the future for this. So originally this was a Kikuyu lawn to begin with. It was a Kikuyu and a rye mix, so I seeded the lawn probably about 1.5 years ago. I bit the bullet in October last year to pull it up and restart. I did a pretty poor job preparing wise on the lawn. Obviously when I first laid my lawn I wasn't really into lawns, so I just sort of laid it down. I put some seed down and go, yeah, it's grass is grass. Things have obviously changed. You become a lawn addict and you want to have the best lawn you can have. So I've decided to pull it up, restart again, dig down 200mm deep over the whole surface, put some new fresh soil in there, put some irrigation in while I was at it, because I never put irrigation in to begin with. As you can probably see, it is a very awkward shaped yard, so it is very hard to get an even amount of water over the whole yard, so irrigation does help that. I obviously designed the irrigation system myself and did it all myself, and I don't have too many issues. I get pretty even watering over the whole lot. I've got 2 zones controlled off some Wi-Fi tap timers. Cheaper way of doing irrigation. So they're just some Holman tap timers. They've been fantastic. They do the job fine. I've had batteries in them for the last nearly 3 months and they're still charged and not flat yet. So just some AAA batteries, and that's it. That's all controlled off that. The products I'm using at the moment are a mix between Plant Doctor and Lawn Addict's Fertec range for my liquids, and my fertiliser I'm using is a 2-spec range. So I'm using the Accelerate for the Reno I did on it, the minor Reno I did on it 2 weeks after laying it, and I used the Origin mini pill from 2-spec as well as just my throughout growing season fertiliser, and then the complex mini prill for going into autumn, sort of winter, preparing the grass for obviously that winter dormancy. So that's pretty much what I use. I'll just show you my 14 solar that we restored not too long ago. So it looks like an original, but it's not. It's had a pretend resto, so as you can see it's got an old beaten up catcher here. We've obviously clear coated, we've obviously cleaned up the whole thing and protected the rust, and sort of preserved the image of the mower. It's got a new motor on it, so it's got that reliability, and being completely disassembled, new bearings, anything changed that needed to be changed in it. But we wanted to keep it looking nice and original, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not too worried if it gets scratched up around the garden, because it is original sort of condition anyway. Sometimes it's nice to have it in this sort of condition, so you're not too worried about scratching up the pavement. But yeah, it's a great mower. It cuts really nice, as you can see. The lawn looks really good, and yeah, really happy with it. Obviously, we'll speak about that later, but Michael's got lots of plans at his house. So yeah, exciting things to come. Thanks, guys.
G'day, lads. So we're back at my house now. Show off my front lawn. As I've said, I only focus on my front yard. It's only pretty small, about 50 metres square all up, just a bit under. It is a seeded lawn. I did it in January last year, 2021. So it's just under a year old. It was late Jan. It was like, yeah, 26th or something from memory. So it's about 11 months old now. So it's a rye and Kikuyu blend. I think it was just that Munn's brand from Bunnings. So I chucked that down. Look, to be honest, it's not going that great. I'm not really happy with it. It's taken a decent while to spread. And if you're familiar with that seeded blend, it's like 95% rye and like 5% Kikuyu. So there's not too much in there. Over the winter months, it was awesome. It was getting a lot of coverage from all the rye, but not so much anymore. So after the reno that I did this year, because obviously I probably shouldn't have done a reno on it, but a lot of the levels, like it was, yeah, just a lot of undulations and wasn't that good. And especially after I did the cylinder mower, the resto, obviously I want a pretty level surface, but yeah, I sort of went a bit too heavy with the reno. And then a lot of the rye, I think I shouldn't have covered as much as I did, but I sort of sent it and hasn't really responded that well. It's getting a bit better now, just because we've had a bit of rain recently. And it's kind of green, but I'm not too happy with it. So I'll show it off now. So here it all is. You would have seen it in last week's video when I did some mowing on it. So you can see here, I mean, it's not quite filled in, a lot of dry areas. This whole section here, we got that concreting done a few months ago, and that was just all wrecked. So what I actually did was took some of the offcuts when James had his when we put his lawn down. So I took some of those slabs and actually plugged this area, so it's actually bouncing back quite a lot. It's obviously very long at the moment, so that's all just that premium Kikuyu. So that's actually bouncing back a lot. So this was all just thrash, there was no grass there at all. So that's coming back a lot, surprisingly. Also in here, so I took some plugs, put them in there, so they're creeping out. And a couple of other spots as well, so I'll show you here. So this is what I'm not a big fan of the rye. So through this area, obviously the kike hasn't spread through there yet, and it's just all dying off. You can see it's starting to spread, it's creeping through, but then just ultimately wherever it was predominantly rye, it's just not coping. And obviously watering at a heap and nothing's really working. All my fert and stuff is in the back shed now, but whole lot of plant doctor stuff. I've got some Furtech stuff as well when we go and visit lawn addicts every now and then and buy stuff, but yeah, not too happy with it. And I was trying to, I said in like our intro video, I was playing the patient game, and I wanted to really persist with how this is all going. But it's sort of just taken a turn for the worse now, and I've actually decided, and like as of this afternoon, I've purchased some instant turf. So I'm going to go the Kikuyu as well, getting that from Lilydale Turf. That's getting delivered in a couple of weeks. So what I'm going to do is we'll make a video of the whole process of, we'll hire a turf cutter, dig it all out, we'll get some topsoil in as well, just to make sure the levels are pretty decent. So I'm pretty excited for that, to actually have a decent lawn, and I can get the cylinder mower out. The cylinder mower is just there behind me, so that should be really good. Really excited for that. So anyway, that's my lawn, but really you won't see too much of that. The next time you'll see it probably is it'll be getting dug up, and that'll be hopefully the next video, or not the next video, but in a few weeks that'll be a video, so you can all watch that. Thanks for watching this video. We're the Lawnlads. James isn't here, but just picture James being here. Weekly videos every Sunday at 8 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions, anything, post your comments down below. If you have any feedback for us as well, let us know. Obviously we're new to it, so please give us some feedback. Like, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff, and we'll see you next time.